the moves down to the 16-yard line and a first down. Well, the Bears had him hemmed up, and he gives them that leg, and all of a sudden he's into the clear, and he's got a first down. And Wofford's got a fresh set of 4 at the 16-yard line.
A lot of those Bear defenders tonight are going to see number 1 in their dreams and in their nightmares because, man, can you imagine, Jeff? He is only a freshman. And if he can stay eligible and if he can maintain the way he has been playing this year, the Terriers are going to have an awfully good offense. And you don't have to be big to run the wishbone. Oklahoma's had some pretty good quarterbacks about his size.
Well, Holloway wasn't that big. Graves holding it out there like a loaf of bread. He's to the 5-yard line. And another first down as he gets down to about the 4-yard line. It'll be first down and goal to go for the Terriers of Wofford. And he's approaching the 140-yard mark on the evening. As this young man, Sean Graves, has come into Moretz Stadium here tonight, newly named after years of being known as College Field, and given the Bears a lesson in how to run the wishbone. First and goal from the 3-yard line. Make it the 4-yard line. Simmons pushes it in there to about the 1.5-yard line, and the Wofford will be looking at second and goal to go.
And the Bears are going to have a massive mountain to climb. 10 minutes ago in this football game, and if Wofford scores, they will be ahead by 2 touchdowns.
And Wofford with another ball control drive. They've had this one going on 5 minutes now. They started with 58 seconds to go in the third quarter, and we're approaching the 11-minute mark in the fourth quarter.
And how much is the offense for both teams dominated tonight? We have not seen a punt.
Second and goal to go.
Oh, there's a penalty.
And Wofford moved. And that could be a very valuable 5 yards for Lenoir Rhyne. That is a big penalty. 5 penalties for 25 yards for Wofford tonight. They've all been the little variety. We've not seen any real late hits or anything really malicious out there that might get you arrested on a warrant tonight. It's all been the little old nickel and dime stuff.
A lot of the timing. That time Graves wanted to take it on the sneak and got just a little too anxious and almost pushed his center forward.
Second and goal now from the 7. Graves going to option. Cuts it up to the 2. Spun. Fumbles. Loose. Who's got it? Wofford keeps it. Oh, my. It was laying behind the back of the Lenoir Rhyne defender, and he didn't know it was there. That was Wagner that was laying on the ground, and he couldn't come up with it because it was behind him. Wofford gets a lucky break, holds on to it at the 2-yard line, and we're looking at third and goal. Can
we go back to early in the football game where the Bear defense held the Terriers on a goal line stand on 4th down, and then following that, Wofford scored its first touchdown after an LR turnover. See if the defense can rise to the occasion again.
Third and goal from the 2. Graves, touchdown. He just outran everybody into the end zone, and the Terriers go up by 13. 33-20 with 10:04 to go in the football game. Another 6-minute possession that results in a touchdown.
That is one of the reasons the wishbone is so successful. It's such a great weapon, Jeff, to give your defense a rest and pretty much demoralize a defense by that triple option. Defensive backs, linebackers, man, they're demoralized after that long drive.
His third touchdown, Cox converts the extra point, and it's 34-20. Timeout on the field with 10:04 to go in the football game. Wofford up by 14.
The Dodge factory authorized clearance is on, and we're blowing out our inventory with double dollar deals. Choose sporty Dodge Shadow. We've doubled the cash back, now giving you $1,500. Or get $1,500 double cash on economical Dodge Omnis too. And millions of dollars in factory to dealer incentives could save you even more on Daytonas and most pickups. Double rebates on Omni and Shadow at your local Carolina Dodge dealer.
It's gonna be cool when fall comes around. So cool. So get ready with the fall fashion sale.
And that sale with a capital savings only at Belk. Now there's a distinctive selection of men's and women's shoes. Great names and outstanding prices. But step quick. You don't want to miss it.
Fall fashion sale.
Hurry to a participating Belk store.
I'm Jeff Joins along with Juju Phillips, Tom Watson on the sidelines, and Wofford with a 14-point lead. And the Bears have got their work cut out for them, Mr. Phillips, with 10 minutes to go in the game. A high kick. Walker waiting, a flag down at the 8-yard line. Here we go. Scott's got a seam. Big head of steam on him, and he's all the way to the 47-yard line, and Lenoir Rhyne will have great field position. I think Wofford was offside on the kick, and if that's the case, I'm sure the Bears will refuse the penalty. Let's check it out just to be sure.
It may go against Lenoir Rhyne because it came from the LR side.
Oh, it is Lenoir Rhyne. Oh, my, what a tough break, and Walker comes limping off over here on the sideline.
Scott's taken pretty much of a beating tonight, Jeff. He's had touched the football so much tonight, and those guys have really been taking their shots at number 8. What they do, they hold up the guy. Here come a couple of others to get in their tackle. So their big weapon, Scotty Walker, on the sidelines now, looks like his ankle.
Tell me how the receiving team can be offsides.
Well, one of the five front players for the Bears, evidently, as soon as the kick was about to approach, attacked. What's going to happen here?
Well, the referee marked it the wrong way. He went from the 35 to the 30. The head linesman came over and said, hey, it went the other way, so they moved it back up to the 40-yard line. They marked the 5-yard penalty the wrong way. John Perry trying to exhort his ball club on the sideline to stick in there. Wells will go to the deep position now.
You kind of wonder, Jeff, with all these little penalties we've seen tonight, we haven't seen any holding calls, have we? Either side.
No, not yet. 9:56 to go. As the Bears down by 14, trying to get something going.
And Sam Wells is back there in replacing of Scott Walker. Bobby Page back there as well, number 23.
And it's a high kick. Cox gets all of it. Out of the end zone will come Wells. He's got a head of steam. They're trying to cut him off on the angle. Still going strong, 20. He may do it. Great block back there to free him up all the way to the 40-yard line. So the Bears get great field position once again. The 5-yard penalty is about the difference in where the spot was.
That was the big reason for that simply was number 28, Sam Wells. He did that all his own, Jeff. The play was set up to the far side. Sam took a few steps and said, hey, I'll try it this other way, and just reversed his field and outran just about everybody on the Wofford receiving team and took it in good field position.
Joel Roop will go back in at quarterback. Hatley will come to the bottom of the screen. Jones will go to the top of the screen. And they got the I-back set behind Roop at the LR 45-yard line. Now Hatley goes in motion to the wide side of the field. They're going to fake the pitch. Roop rolling right.
That's a busted play.
In trouble. We'll run it. And makes a circus fake there and comes up to about the 44-yard line. He made 4 yards out of nothing.
That looked like a play that you kind of draw up in your backyard and say, it's 3-on-3, let's try a little fancy razzle-dazzle.
Well, the Bears got 3 on it, mark it at the 43 and call it 2nd and 7. The Bears are going to need a little razzle-dazzle to come up with something here.
Tommy Lorndine warming up along the sidelines. Roop has been in for 3 or 4 series. Scott Walker's checked back in for the Bears.
Clock moving along at 9:10. The Bears need to score in a hurry and need a good defensive stand as that full moon has made a reappearance here at Moretz Stadium tonight. 2nd and 7, play action fake. Roop going deep perhaps over the middle. Jones can't get there. He fell down. It's incomplete. And it'll bring up 3rd and 7 for the Bears.
Scott Walker still doing a little bit of a limp. And that play designed Walker in the inside receiver going deep to clear out that safety for the Terriers. And Jones just cutting inside of him on the square end. And Roop, good protection, just did not connect with his receiver, Jones.
Craig Damon joins the receiving corps in the LR lineup. Roop 4 of 9 now for 69 yards and will throw again. 4 receivers. Short, Walker in and out of his hands. That's happened twice tonight, and I bet it didn't happen 2 times all last season.
Joel's got to use a little bit more of a touch. He threw that just a little bit too hard, and Scotty not able to come up with it. That's the 2nd time tonight that he's dropped the pass, and again, that was 1st down and maybe even more, Jeff. Again, the little things. Adding up tonight, forcing the Bears behind now by 2 touchdowns.
And for the first time tonight, we're going to see a punt. with 8:51 to go in the football game.
We may see a punt.
We may see a punt. We saw a fake punt by Wofford that got a first down for him a while ago back in the first half. Mallard averaged 35 yards last week. Fair catch signaled and made.
He did.
And that could be considered a questionable play by Hemphill, the boy that received the punt, because he kind of made a jerky motion when he caught it, and the Bear man was there, and they're going to flag Lenoir Rhyne for roughing the receiver.
We don't have instant replay, but it was a half-hearted attempt to raise his hand. He's supposed to raise it and wave it, Jeff. He kind of, about shoulder level that time, just stuck out his hand a couple of times. Like he was washing a window.
I think that's what the officials are discussing right now. They may eat this flag and wave it off. And that, in my opinion, that would be the fair thing to do. 8:42 to go in the football game. It'd be a no harm, no foul type situation. Wofford leading by 14 points, and they're going to wave it off. Interference? No. Interference, Lenoir Rhyne. After talking it over, they're going to assess the penalty from the 24-yard line.
Is it still a 15-yard penalty?
Well, they're taking giant steps out past the 30, so they're going to go 15 yards to the 39. Almost the 40, and Wofford will have great field position with 8:42 to go in the football game. And they're in the driver's seat with a 14-point lead.
They can pretty much salt this game away, Jeff. They can take a couple of minutes off the clock and put another touchdown on the board.
Lenoir Rhyne had some chances earlier in the half on a couple of Wofford fumbles, but just were unable to get only 3 points out of it. Here's the pitch back to Simmons, or check that. That's somebody new they've run in there. That's Freddie Brown running the football for Wofford. And he's over the 45, out to the 46-yard line.
They just bring him in, bring him out, Jeff. A factory of pretty good running backs.
We've got a whole trio of different people in there for Wofford now.
Terriers might be smart, Jeff, and not pitch the ball as much and just try to run between the tackles and not have a turnover to give the Bears another opportunity.
Send a man in motion for one of the few times tonight. 2nd and 4. Graves going to option, pitches it back. Getting to the corner is Rod Garner, and Garner gets over the 50, inside the 45, and a first down out of bounds at about the 43-yard line of Lenoir Rhyne.
Gardner, a junior, 5'7", 160 pounds. Most of these guys, Jeff, have rushed the ball last year. For instance, Green tonight coming in 300 yards rushing a year ago. Davis almost 500 yards, and Garner 200 yards rushing. He has had some injuries, muscle problems, because he is so short and has some big legs. But again, the Terriers have about 5 or 6 running backs that they've been shuffling in and out tonight.
Wofford's, I think, over 300 yards rushing now, maybe approaching 350. To get Frank to give us a number on that in a moment as they run straight at the Bear defense and push it inside the 40 to the 39-yard line. 8:15 to go in the football game, and Wofford with a 14-point lead, trying to spoil the Bears' dedication of what used to be College Field, now Moretz Stadium, after all the refurbishing it's been done over the summer. Ready just in time for tonight's kickoff.
Bear linebacker Charlie Wallace trying to strip the football last time. They're going to need a turnover here in just a few moments.
Graves, a terrible pitch. They're going to fall on it, and it'll be saved back there. Ben Fouts to cover the Wofford man, Freddie Brown. Juju was worse than I said. Before that play, they had 372 yards rushing. They'll lose about 10 on that one, so let's say about 360 now.
Besides those 3 bad pitches tonight, the Terriers have pretty much played a perfect football game on offense.
The only other thing they did wrong was they didn't get it in on 4th down at the goal line.
But their defense said, hey, guys, we'll pick it up for you. They got the interception.
And that might be where this game turned around tonight. One of their few passes, and it will be caught. A diving catch. The tight end, Tony Cloud, makes the reception at the 36-yard line of the Bears, but it is not enough. It'll be 4th and about 2 for the Terriers. And do they punt it away for the first time tonight?
They're going to call a timeout and talk about it.
We'll take one also. 7 minutes to go in the game. Wofford up by 14. Lenoir Rhyne Football 89 on Catawba Valley Cable TV.
From the early 50s to these modern 80s, Killian's Hardware on Springs Road has been a landmark in the Catawba Valley. Before fall begins, save like never before on all lawn and garden equipment. Now get 0% interest, no money down, and no monthly payment till June 1990 on all Wheel Horse products, the most powerful breed of horse. Wheel Horse and Killian's, the best products at the best prices. Killian's Hardware will trade for anything that doesn't eat. If you can't find it, you're not shopping at Killian's Hardware, Springs Road, Hickory.
Fourth and 2. Graves going to option, cuts it back, first down and more. Inside the 30 to the 29-yard line, and Wofford keeps this drive alive with another run by Graves, who now approaching the 152 yards on 20 carries. 20 carries by the quarterback.
That just tells you they've pretty much been able to control the ball on the ground. The Terriers have not punted the football tonight. Jeff, be thinking about it. We are going to be naming our star of the game, brought to you by Best of Beers of Hickory, following tonight's action.
Graves will give it straight ahead, and they just muscle in there for Davis in a few yards to about the 25-yard line. It's going to bring up second and about 6 for Wofford with 6:24 to go. Now Davis with 48 yards on 11 carries.
And if the LR offense does get back out there, Tommy Lorendine probably will go back in. He's been on the sidelines warming up. It may be too little too late, Jeff, with about 6 minutes to go. The Bears need the football and need it quick.
Well, it's not over, but it's getting to the desperate stage for Lenoir Rhyne. Graves will option right, makes the cut, and the Bears stuff him at about the 22-yard line. And Wofford will be looking at third and about 3 from there, with 5 minutes and 50 seconds right now to go in this football game.
And you think the Bear defense has had problems tonight against Wofford's offense. So did the Citadel, and so did West Georgia. They were able to move the football, but because Wofford's offense is so young, and with that freshman quarterback, they made mistakes. The difference tonight being that LR has not been able to take advantage of the Terriers' mistakes.
Third and 3 at the 22. Graves will option left and will be horse-collared and dropped. One of the defensive plays of the game for Lenoir Rhyne, that was Ricky Jones that made the stop, the sophomore out of Salisbury.
We haven't been talking about that front line for the Bears tonight. That is because they have had several guys been injured. Scott Henry, Greg Dark has played. He has been hurt. In fact, because of their nose guard situation, the Bears have had to move in number 9, Todd Hagler, from defensive end to tackle. In fact, he's been playing nose guard the better part of the second half. The Terriers are going to go for it.
Wishbone backfield again. Graves will option right. Pitches it back. Fumble. Kick. And out of bounds. Lenoir Rhyne will get possession at about the 28-yard line. It's not enough for a first down. And the Bears get a break with 4:40. The clock's still running. I thought it went out of bounds. Now they stop it at 4:39 to go in the football game. They got to mark it at the 31, so the Bears perhaps get a break on the Wofford losing the ball out of bounds.
And most of the crowd, Jeff, is hung with us tonight here. And they're going to get to see the chance for the Bears to try to make what would be a miraculous comeback as Lorendine checks back in.
Well, under the full moon here at Moretz Stadium, it's time for the Bear faithful to get behind the ball club at the 31-yard line. Lorendine will bring them out. They split Bowers this time. Greer the only setback, so the Bears have 4 receivers this time. From their own 31-yard line, we go with 4:39 to go in the game. Tommy will throw. Walker can't catch it off the ground. It'll be 2nd and 10. Wofford with a 14-point lead and 3 turnovers, but Lenoir Rhyne have been turned into points tonight, and that's really where this ball game has got Wofford in the advantage right now.
It has been the difference, and the Bears get a new wide receiver coming in for him tonight as number 80 checks in for Lenoir Rhyne. That is Ed Henry.
And he's to the top of the screen. Sophomore out of Morristown, New Jersey. Lorendine will throw. Short, Jones. Can't make the catch. He was out of bounds at the 35-yard line. And the Bears are looking at 3rd and 10 with the clock stopped at 4:29 to go. You get the feeling that everything's just kind of out of sync for Lenoir, and it has been ever since the interception was returned for the score.
It's been a timing problem. The Bears, again, Roop had a few chances. He moved the football team. Lauren Dean, though, the difference tonight, 3 bad passes, 3 interceptions.
And Wofford converted all 3 for scores. Lauren Dean deep over the middle. Wells is really clobbered and held on to it. At the 50-yard line, it will be a first down. We saw Mark Sanders catch one like that last year, and the little guy got up, and Wells, hit by Sam Keenan, held on to it for the first down. And Sam's not that big, y'all, at 180 pounds. Keenan about 175. Lauren Dean in pressure. Throws at one of his linemen. We're going to get intentional grounding. Tommy was pointing at Wells, but he never got close to Wells, and the official going to give the intentional grounding call. Jed Haley was the young man that had Lauren Dean wrapped up, and the intentional grounding will not only be loss of yardage, it'll be loss of down. So it'll be 2nd and long for Lenoir Rhyne from the point of the infraction. Well, they move it back to the 34-yard line.
If this was professional football, that would have been in the grasp, and it would have been a sack.
Right, that's one of the differences between college and NFL.
I like it this way better, though.
Makes it more interesting, but that one, if it had been in the grasp, it might have been more to the advantage of Lenoir Rhyne. 2nd and about a quarter of Moretz Field, Moretz Stadium. 2nd and 26. 4 receivers, and Lauren Dean will back out of there with everybody coming after him. Stays in there and hits Jones. Kenny trying to juke his way free, gets by everybody and fumbles it out of bounds at the 46-yard line of Wofford. Oh, my.
And picks up about 6 yards after the roll.
Got to be living right when they roll out of bounds right in front of 4 white jerseys like that. Clock stopped at 3:58.
Wait a minute here.
Well, they moved the spot back. The ball went out up here at the 46-yard line, but they're moving the ball back to the 49-yard line of Lenoir Rhyne.
That's a terrible spot.
I'm not clear about that at all.
Unless that is where the possession was, Jeff, no one got possession. New rule? Who knows?
I'm not sure on that one. Again, 4 receivers. 3:58 to go. 3rd and 11 for Lenoir Rhyne. Wofford sending everybody, including the manager, and Lauren Dean's going to be sacked. Well, when you know they're coming, we get a flag after the play's over. One of the Wofford kids kind of stepped on Lauren Dean. I don't know if he did it intentional or not, but we're going to get a dead ball, personal foul against Wofford. And that'll be a first down, Lenoir Rhyne.
Automatic.
I don't think he meant to do that, the young man for Wofford that did it. But that might come back to be a critical mistake, because the Bears are getting marked down to the 42-yard line.
Jeff, Tom Watson back up in the booth with us made a good point. They may have put that ball at the point of the fumble because it did not go out of bounds and no one had possession. They put it back where the fumble was.
Lenoir Rhyne looking at 4th and a yard.
Sam Wells sweep. Probably sweep right, Jeff.
Wofford pulling everybody up. They're looking for a run. 4th and a yard. Lauren Dean with a long count. Now they put Greer in motion to the right. Pitch to Wells. You called it. Sam trying to get outside. He's got the first down. 35, drags people inside the 35 to the 32-yard line. They had him hemmed up, had a shot at him, and he's got the first down. The Bears are still alive.
I have not seen a running back tonight, Jeff. I've not seen a running back in some time break so many tackles as Sam Wells has done tonight. He is broken. In all the carries tonight, 10 or 15 tackles in the first half that time. For about a 20-yard run, he broke about 5 tackles.
78 yards on 13 carries for Wells.
He has been unbelievable at times.
And now the Bears have a first down at the Wofford 34-yard line. 4 receivers. Lauren Dean will drop back. Short drop. Tommy going deep for the bundle. He's got Jones there. Kenny can't hold it in the end zone. We're going to get interference against Wofford.
Over here.
And we got a problem back upfield also, but it was interference against Dennis Hemphill. And we got a flag up here, but that one might be a dead ball foul up here, and we'll just have to let the officials sort it out. Clock stopped with 3.5 minutes to go.
get a feeling that this might be brought back, Jeff, and run over again, because I think a couple of the players may have been tossed out of the football game. Wesley Pope, number 79, coming off the field for Lenoir Rhyne.
Well, that just may be a cooling off period, but this is a live penalty here. That one may be a dead ball penalty back up here at the line of scrimmage, as the officials will sort it all out. And while we've got a moment, didn't Tom Watson really look nice in his tuxedo tonight?
He certainly did. Mr. Penguin.
Tom heading for a prom, I think, after the game, and with the school colors as well. I thought it was, very appropriate for the night. Black and red, a little bit of white mixed in there. Really, I'm impressed. Tom really looked good tonight.
In fact, the entire broadcast crew in tuxedos tonight. Defensive pass interference, Lenoir Rhyne. Personal foul.
Personal foul both ways. So the dead ball penalties nullify each other, and now here's the pass interference call coming up against Wofford that will give Lenoir Rhyne a first down. As they get ready to march it off.
Do they march it off 15, then march it back 15?
I don't think they're going to do that. This is the pass interference, and then the dead ball penalties nullify each other. So the penalty on the play will stand. It'll go inside the 20 to the 18, where Lenoir Rhyne will have a first down.
And Tom and myself will be parking cars at yesterday's following tonight's game.
And a dead ball personal foul with an ejection and a dead ball personal foul with another ejection nullify each other. So the Bears have first down at the 18-yard line. 3:30 to go, and Lenoir Rhyne scrapping, but still down by 14, 34 to 20. It's not over yet. Okay. Lardine will bring him up to the line. From the 18, he'll drop back out of there. A little play action. Tommy going to the end zone. Jones, touchdown! 3:24. Get ready for an onside kick. It's 34-26. The Bears are within 8. As it doesn't take long when they finally start to click, and Lardine put it right on the money and comes up with the touchdown.
And hang on to your hats. Maybe another photo finish. And again, Lardine off the bench. Maybe, Jeff, the cavalry will save the Bears this week. Lardine maybe gets some redemption after the 3 interceptions. Comes right off the bench and takes the team down for an excellent drive, touchdown pass to Jones.
Big extra point for Monday with 3:24 to go in the game. Roop will hold. He gets a good spot. The kick is on the way, and it's good. The Bears down by 7. Still plenty of time left as Richie Mallard prepares to kick it off here for Lenoir Rhyne. And here it comes. The onside kick is going to be recovered by Wofford as they'll down it at about the Terrier 47-yard line. We got a flag after the play is over. It was Aaron Allen that recovered it for the Terriers, and we have another penalty that we'll have to sort out. And it's not over yet. 34-27. Well, our first home game last year went down to a nail-biting finish. We saw 5 games last year decided either on the last play or the last series of the game.
Went down to the final minute. It's going to be a personal foul against Lenoir Rhyne, maybe a late hit that time. Bears took a chance. Mallard kicked it right into one of the players for the Terriers. Allen, who is a halfback, he and Graves are right next to each other, so they had the guys with the good hands, the All-State people up front. The Terriers, look at that, excellent field position. They could salt it away. They're in field goal territory right now, Jeff. A play or two, they may be able to kick a field goal.
At the 28-yard line after the penalty. So let's see what happens. Don't look for anything fancy out of the Terriers. They just want to burn some time and get a little real estate. Here's the running play to Simmons, and the Bears stuff him right at the line of scrimmage. He might have got to the 25, but no more than that, about 2 yards on the play. But more importantly, the clock continuing to move with 3 minutes and 10 seconds left in the game, and Wofford with a 7-point lead, and the 3 turnovers converted into touchdowns, really even bigger now.
That was a good play that time, one of the best plays we've seen by the linebackers for the Bears. I believe Mike Probst, number 46, in on the tackle, along with Tracy Coulter.
2nd and 8 at the 25. Graves will option left. Going to pitch it to Simmons. Bears try to chase him down. Simmons is getting bunches of real estate inside the 10-yard line. Let's see where they mark him out of bounds over there on the far sideline. Right around the 10-yard line. It'll be first down and 10 yards to go for Wofford at the 11.
Triple option left. Graves a chance to keep it or pitch it. And that pitch has been open longer than 7-11. Had to say it, I'm sorry. Shut it off, I know.
First First and 11, Simmons. First and 10 from the 11, and Simmons tripped up at about the 8-yard line. So Wofford certainly in field goal range, and with the clock winding down to 2:35, the Terriers are approaching the 400-yard mark in rushing now. Simmons with 77 yards rushing on 11 carries. He's averaged 7 yards a carry.
Got a feel for that guy, those guys in the burgundy. They're going to be awfully tired after this game tonight.
Graves will option. Going to keep it. Fakes the pitch. That'll salt it for Wofford. Touchdown. 2:06 to go, and the Terriers go up 40-27. 4 touchdowns for Graves. 3 interceptions turned into touchdowns by Wofford tonight, and the Bears are looking at a 13-point deficit with 2 minutes to go. Graves has been the story here tonight, folks. This freshman from Marion, South Carolina, 162 yards on 23 carries, run the wishbone almost to perfection. The few mistakes he's had, Lenoir has not been able to capitalize on. Cox will try the PAT, and it's a 14-point deficit again. Timeout on the field. We'll be back with 2 minutes to go. Wofford up by 14. Well, Wofford christening Moretz Stadium here tonight, just like they're playing back at Snyder Field in Spartanburg. They've run for over 400 yards out of the wishbone. Graves with 4 touchdowns, 3 critical interceptions, but Lenoir turned into Wofford scores, and the Terriers are up by 14 with 2 minutes to go.
That's the synopsis, the difference tonight. Couldn't have said it any better, Podna.
It's not a pretty story. But the Bears are not done yet. We've still got 2 minutes to go, and miracles have happened here when it was known as College Field. And maybe Moretz Stadium can get its own series of miracles started here. 414 yards rushing for the Terriers out of the wishbone tonight. And Frank, I don't think they have anything passing, do they?
They have one completion there on a 3rd down.
For 14 yards. They're going to kick it into the end zone. Wells, I doubt, will not run it out of there.
Bears had a personal foul on that last series, and they assessed it on the kick and kicked it from the 50.
So Lenoir will start from the 20, 80 yards away from a chance to get within 7. And miracles have happened here before. So Bear faithful, don't give up yet, but it doesn't look good for the home team tonight. Laurendine will go in at quarterback. And Bear quarterbacks on the night, 16 of 30 for 217 yards.
Bears are pretty comfortable throwing the football anytime between 15 and 23 times a game. And obviously, they're behind. They're going to have to throw the football.
And you know they're going to throw in this situation. Laurendine with a short drop, going to hit Damon, and he's out of bounds. As they're in the 2-minute offense, he's got a first down and a little bit more over the 30 to about the 33-yard line.
No secret, Wofford will give the Bears that short out, 10 or 12 yards. That might have been Craig Damon's first catch. He is out of Spar, Florida, a junior.
First one this year.
First catch.
Where is Spar, Florida?
Near Crystal River, Florida.
Of course, that was the hometown of Russ Baldner last year.
We got to get somebody that knows the geography of Florida, because the Bears do have a lot of players from down there.
We need a map. Obviously, the recruiters do. There's one that Greer couldn't hold as he got his feet tangled up when he tried to catch it and drops it at the 38, and it'll be 2nd and 10.
Walter wanted to take off, I think, just a little bit too early before he caught the football. We've seen a couple of drop passes tonight.
Full moon over Moretz Stadium, and right now Wofford enjoying the light of the moon with a 14-point lead, 41-27.
And the Bears back here next Saturday night as they open their SAC 8 conference schedule at home against the Presbyterian Blue Hose. And don't you know that the Blue Hose know that the LR defense has been having some problems, and they're going to run the football as well. They got some good running backs down in Clinton.
They'll bring Parsley in here next week for sure. Laurendine going to be sacked and dropped at the 24-yard line as Wofford knows they got to throw, so they're in a situation where they can just force people in there, and Lenoir has to try to get something. And now on 3rd and very long, 3rd and about 18, Laurendine will spread the field with receivers once again. The clock down to 1:35. Tommy throwing, Hatley can't hold it. It'll be incomplete, and the Bears looking at 4th down. Really don't have an option here. With 1:29 to go in the football game, let's see what they elect to do on 4th and about 18. And Lenoir looking at a 4th down and 18 from their own 24-yard line with 1:29 to go in the game.
Wofford, again, only 4 men in the secondary, Jeff. They're playing standard defense.
Larndine dropping as far back as he can go, and he's just airing it out. Jones is going to get an interference call, and the Bears are still alive. My. Wofford with the interference call, and Lenoir for the moment still alive. That'll stop the clock with 1:22.
They're going to still be about 5 yards short.
Well, they'll have to figure it up and mark it out on the field. Then we'll determine what we need for whether it's a first down or not.
Is that an automatic first down?
Well, they got first down on the box, so I guess it is. The last time a team got over 500 yards in offense against Lenoir,
Catawba, 1986.
Well, Mars Hill in 87.
Oh, Catawba did it too.
But they haven't quite got 500 tonight. That's what I've been looking up in Joe Smith's comprehensive book. Larndine on first down. Jones will get out of bounds at the 46-yard line. The Bears have another first down with 1:16 to go. It's not over yet, as they have no timeouts, so they have to run the sideline patterns, and Wofford will give them those all day long because they know if Lenoir scores, the Bears can't stop the clock.
Bear defense can shore up some of those weak areas in the next few weeks. In the offense, I mean, we're speaking optimistically. In the offense, of course, can cut down on those mistakes, Jeff. The Bears are not that far away. They moved the football effectively tonight, but most of the time, when they have stopped, it's because of the mistakes by themselves.
4 receivers. Larndine under pressure, eludes a man, and now will run for first down yardage and run into the open field. Tommy may go for a touchdown. To the 10, 5, touchdown! It's not over yet. 1:03 to go. Larndine with a scramble of 45 yards, and the Bears are still hanging in there.
And look out, Loretta. Larndine, I think he wanted to fall down, Jeff, at about the 40. He got a second wind and picked up a blocker or two down the right sidelines. The Bears aren't out of it yet, unbelievably.
The mystique of College Field may be transforming itself into the mystique of Moretz Stadium. The Bears are not out of it yet. Here's the kick by Mundy, and it's a 7-point game. Bears down by 7, 1:03 to go, as Mallard will get ready to kick it off. Wofford with 10 people within 10 yards of the ball. We got a minute to go, and the Bears are down by 7, 41-34. They flip it down the field. Wofford trying to come and cover it, and they fumble it. It's loose. Who's got it down there at the 23-yard line? Wofford's got the ball.
Wait a minute.
Let them sort it out down there. The referee on the spot signaled offsides, Lenoir on the kickoff. So we may have to do it all over again. Last time they tried to sort of squib it into the Wofford group, and this time
one of the players for the Terriers are down. That was such an unusual play. They're going to decline that penalty, obviously.
And now the Bears are almost helpless to stop the, well, they are helpless to stop the clock. If Wofford can hold on to it for 3 plays.
That's the third offside penalty on a kick we've seen tonight, Jeff.
Isn't that strange?
And no holding calls. I'm starting on my soapbox early. 2 games, 26 passes, and how many runs tonight? They run the ball for 500 yards and not 1 holding call. It's impossible.
41-34. Well, if you like offense, the sack 8 is where you'll find it, and that's been true again here tonight. We've rung up 75 points. Probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 800 yards between the 2 teams.
Let us not forget the Bears haven't had any holding calls either tonight, so it has been equally...
What's good for the goose is good for the gander.
But it's still hard to believe.
If they do anything other than fall on it, I'm going to be surprised. Graves comes up to the line, and there he goes. Now, that's all Wofford has to do, and they can sneak out of Moretz Stadium with a win here tonight. Lenoir cannot stop the clock. So they'll mark the ball ready for play. And Wofford will do that one more time and do it on 3rd down. If they're successful, they're going to slip out of here with a win. This is the smart thing to do if you're Mike Ayers and the Terriers, and I can't blame them at all for doing it. And there they go. They're down once again, and that is going to be it, folks. For the time to get the ball marked ready for play.
Bears got one final timeout.
Where did it come from? Because they've already used 3.
Maybe they'll take a penalty.
We've got an injury on the field. That's the timeout. And usually it's Lenoir Rhyne or the team that's behind and has the injured player. Well, this time it's a Wofford player that's down.
Wofford's played an excellent football game tonight. This wishbone offense, man, oh man.
Excellent game plan by Mike Ayers and his staff there to be commended.
Jeff, like a steamroll tonight.
They've given Lenoir Rhyne a lesson in running the wishbone here tonight. And the Bears, with some late fourth quarter heroics, have certainly kept it interesting, but the 3 turnovers have really hurt the Bears. Wofford converted 3 interceptions into touchdowns, and perhaps the biggest play of the game was where after Lenoir Rhyne had stopped Wofford on their first possession on 4th and goal, they come right back and Wofford intercepts it and runs it into the end zone. And certainly if we were picking a star of the game for Wofford tonight, it'd have to be Mike Dozier and his 3 interceptions, 1 for a touchdown.
Jason and the quarterback tonight, Graves, has had 4 touchdown runs. Sean Graves.
He'd be a nominee too.
Jeff, the difference you mentioned, the 3 turnovers by Lenoir Rhyne, they also did not convert any of the Wofford turnovers into touchdowns. They missed the field goal one other time. And that is the difference right there. Despite all the yardage we've seen tonight, Lenoir Rhyne's given up a lot of yards, but so too has the Wofford defense.
Tim Kane, the Wofford center, is the man injured, so if there is something in Lenoir Rhyne's favor, they've got a new center in there for what would be the last snap of the game as Ed McBee comes on to do the snapping for Wofford now. And if Graves does anything other than fall on it, I'll be greatly surprised. Lenoir Rhyne trying to intimidate, and Graves is out of there and down.
See, someone else is hurt.
Almost as quick. And now we've got a Lenoir Rhyne player injured on the play. That's Boston again. And the clock stopped with 14 seconds to go in the game.
Now, how can the referees allow that?
Well, now let me ask you a question. 4th down. Would you punt it? Would you fall on it? What would you do?
If need be, you take a safety.
Just send Graves out here and run him around in circles.
Yeah, or run back, just turn and run into the end zone and hope that he can sprint to the end zone quicker than any Bear can, and he certainly can. He's a state champion in track in South Carolina last year. If they do it, that. Otherwise, Jeff, they will not punt the football.
This one might be legitimate, the injury on Boston, because he was hurt earlier tonight as the big guy out of Taylorsville.
Boy, if that is a true injury, the Bears are totally decimated at defensive line. Boston's hurt. Cohey has been hurt, along with the 2 nose guards, Henry and Dark. The Bears are totally wiped out up front. And they've also had Josh Godfrey, a sophomore defensive tackle. He has been hurt.
If it's not as bad as it looked, Eric deserves an Academy Award.
Now, he just gave a thumbs up to the crowd. He's all right.
That's it. They'll run the clock out before we can get another play, and Wofford has come in and spoiled the dedication of College Field, now known as Moretz Stadium, converting 3 Lenoir Rhyne turnovers into points and showing a wishbone offense that generated over 400 yards in rushing here tonight. The Terriers run out of Moretz Stadium with a 41-34 victory over the Bears. Juju and Tom and I will be back as Lenoir Rhyne Football 89 continues on Catawba Valley Cable TV.
It's gonna be cool when fall comes around. So cool. So get ready with the fall fashion sale.
And it's quite a sale now at Belk. Great separates begin the excitement. Your choice $19.99 or Leslie Faye Sportswear 25% off. Don't miss these amazing savings now.
Fall fashion sale.
Only at participating Belk stores.
Our star of the game tonight is Scott Walker. Scott Walker, number 8, the running back. Number 8, the junior from Vernon, Alabama. The Budweiser star of the game. Walker with 4 receptions for 57 yards, or 4 returns for 57 yards, 5 receptions for 80 yards, a total offensive output of about 137 yards tonight for the junior from Vernon, Alabama. Our Budweiser Star of the Game brought to you by Best of Beers of Hickory. Congratulations to Scott. Had a fine game tonight in a losing effort by the Bears.
And he's standing by, I believe, with Tom Watson down on the sideline. So let's switch down to Tom for his interview with the Vernon, Alabama native Scott Walker.
Scotty, what's your impression of your performance tonight?
Well, I don't look at myself as player of the game. Everybody out there is player of the game. As long as we give it our all and play as good as we can. We did some good things, but we're gonna get better, and we got to start winning some games.
Well, you've had 2 fine weekends here personally yourself on return yardage at Western Carolina last Saturday, and then again here against Wofford. I know everybody's disappointed because they didn't come off the road game with at Cullowhee with a win, and then this game tonight with a win.
Yeah, we're working hard, but we're still doing some little things wrong that we need to work on. But we're just gonna have to go out and just work a little bit harder next week and try to get the conference win next week.
Well, I was getting ready to make a statement. These are 2 non-conference wins, and when it comes down to the SAC 8 conference race, that really doesn't start till you meet Presbyterian here at Moretz Stadium next weekend.
Well, one thing about it, though, the conference don't get any easier, so it's going to be tough.
Anything that you think you could have done any different tonight that would have helped your team anymore?
I don't know. It was we knew that the defense came in the game knowing that the wishbone was going to be hard to stop, and we scored enough points to win, but we got to get our defense in there and keep them up, because we can't let them get down, because now's the time they really got to get after these conference games.
I appreciate you stopping by and talking with us. I know you're disappointed. I'll let you get on there to the dressing room and talk with your teammates and your coaches.
All right,
Thank you, Scott Walker.
For reaching deep, for going long, for digging in when things go wrong, for pushing hard in all you do, that extra yard, for coming through this blood for you.
Beechwood aged for the taste so crisp and clean, so refreshing. It's the king of beers.
This bud for you.
Back at Moretz Stadium, Juju Phillips along with Catawba Valley Cable TV. The Bears of Lenoir Rhyne College outgained the Wofford College Terriers on the ground and on the stat book for the 2nd consecutive year, but end up losing as freshman quarterback Sean Graves rushes for 4 touchdowns. Terriers win it 41-34. They win their first of the season, go to 1-2. Bears fall to 0-2 and are back home next Saturday for their conference opener against Presbyterian. Jeff?
And Wofford will be back at home next week after 2 weeks on the road. They'll be hosting Catawba in a game at Snyder Field there in Spartanburg. Well, it was a lesson in the wishbone tonight, gentlemen. And Wofford, in spite of some mistakes with Graves at the helm, they controlled the flow of the game tonight with over 400 yards in rushing, and the 3 costly turnovers that Wofford converted into 21 points, the death knell for the Bears tonight. Final thought from you.
That is it. That's the difference. Graves puts the Bears defense 6 feet under.
And under a full moon at Moretz Stadium, the Bears lose their home opener for 1989. It's a 41-34 final decision. On behalf of Tom Watson and Juju Phillips and our entire crew of broadcasters here from Catawba Valley Cable TV, this is Jeff Joins reminding you that next Saturday night, 6:45, another live broadcast, as it'll be Lenoir Rhyne hosting Presbyterian College in the SAC 8 opener here at Moretz Stadium. And until next Saturday night, so long, everybody.
I'm a 1989 Lenoir Rhyne College cheerleader. I'd like to welcome you to today's game, Lenoir Rhyne College versus Newberry. Now here's Jeff Joins.
Thank you, Laurie. Good afternoon, everyone, as we're here at Moretz Stadium, and it's good to be back at home after a three-week road trip. The Bears have come back to take on an old foe, Newberry College, here this afternoon, as these two schools will be playing for the Bishop Cup for the third year here in this game this afternoon. Juju, Lenoir Rhyne's offense is one of the best in the nation still after that road trip, and the Bears playing to try to win 2 in a row and finish with a winning season.
It is, Jeff, and the Bears on that road trip went 2-1. They come back home with a chance maybe to have, you're right, their third consecutive winning season. It has been 1968 through 1970 in the Hanley-Pena era that the Bears have done that trick, and they're going to do it today against the team that just mirrors Lenoir Rhyne. They like offense.
And, Tom, they have a quarterback that is most of their offense when we talk about Newberry.
Right, Gary Smallin, second-year coach at Newberry, comes in with a 3-6 record with the last 2 wins over Catawba and Elon, Stack 8 conference members. Their offense led by Tim Singleton, a wide-open scrambling quarterback, a junior college transfer wide receiver from Taft Junior College has been changed over to quarterback, his high school position, by Coach Smallin, and they have a wide-open offense. They will run from with Singleton in the backfield by himself in the shotgun position and 5 wide receivers, and also they will come in with 2 tight ends from the split veer.
Newberry's averaged 28 points a game in their last 3 ball games. The Bears have averaged that all season long. So, Juju, we might look for some high-scoring offense today.
I think so. You better get your calculator out. The Bears are averaging over 20 points a game, nearly 30 points a game. They have all the weapons. Tommy Lorendine, Kenny Jones, and I want to point out a name right now. Scott Walker had a great game the last 2 years against Newberry on the special teams. That may be a key here this afternoon.
And the Bears are just 300 yards short, Tom, of hitting that magic 4,000-yard mark for the 3rd year in a row.
Yeah, they're about 300 short rushing on the 2,000-yard and about 100 and some, I believe, on the 2,000 side, so they'll have that 4,000 yards. To add to what Juju said about Lenoir Rhyne's offense, Newberry's defense has not given up less than 20 points a game this season. So their defense is young and injury-riddled, so that should add to the scoring here today for Lenoir Rhyne.
So if you like wide-open offense, this might be your cup of tea. Lenoir Rhyne and Newberry, 2 old Sac 8 members now playing in a non-conference game here at Moretz Stadium. When we come back, Juju will have John Perry for some pregame thoughts, and we'll share that with you as Lenoir Rhyne football continues on Catawba Valley Cable TV.
From the early 50s to these modern 80s, Killian's Hardware on Springs Road has been a landmark in the Catawba Valley. Before fall begins, save like never before on all lawn and garden equipment. Now get 0% interest, no money down, and no monthly payment till June 1990 on all Wheel Horse products, the most powerful breed of horse. Wheel Horse and Killian's, the best products at the best prices. Killian's Hardware will trade for anything that doesn't eat. If you can't find it, you're not shopping at Killian's Hardware, Springs Road, Hickory.
Over the years, the personal computers chosen most often by American businesses have been IBM computers. And no one's put more IBM computers in America's offices than Computerland. In fact, no one's put more computers in America's offices. Period.
Visit Computerland, now at our new expanded location, I-40 Business Park, exits 130 or 131.
Skiwear from the heart of the mountains, Aspen, Colorado.
Available at Cook's, your sports store in Hickory, North Wilkesboro, and in Statesville.
Now playing at your request, Hollywood's latest